allow time to shift things. Um, excuse me. Some people wondering about my happiness because some people saw when my daughter passed, like I was struggling to breathe. Like I couldn't breathe without hyperventilating. For real. And after noticing that it really wasn't going to take me, though it brought me close. Like I worked for this. I worked for this joy. I worked for this smile. I worked for being pretty okay through the day at this point. Like you gotta celebrate your progression. And that's not to say that I don't cry or have moments where I just have to deal with myself inside, because that's constantly. But like allowing my joy to survive, like not to just go on like, okay, I gotta live, because like she wasn't my only child, and so like I had to get back to being able to enjoy the beautiful things that I already enjoyed. It was really, really salty at first, and so now I say things were somber. Like I was just like, what, how, when, breathe, what? But allow it to happen for you. Like I couldn't even see myself doing that sadness every day, and so like don't see yourself doing sadness every day. Don't leave that picture in your mind. Like I was like, Lord, I can't do this, and I think that taking it off the table is massive. You can't just allow yourself to sit in it. Like I was like, Lord, how I get this off of me, get this out of me, get it so far from me. Like I don't even want the people I'm around to be sad. Like, and allowing, go through all them songs about he brought you through. You got to go through it, not sit in it. And so yeah, my joy is real. Yeah, my happiness is real and pure, and I work my butt off for this. So heck yeah, I'm gonna celebrate it and smile. Excuse me. And try to show others how to do it, because I can see pain. I'm not gonna force it on you, but you know, I spoke on it because I wanted to be helpful, or felt like it was necessary. This video, it's gonna place, you know, because it's for who it's for. But I just felt it to get this down, because we're not supposed to be sad. We're not supposed to stay stuck in it. We're supposed to find out the testimony of it, like how miraculous this miraculous thing that we are a part of, creation, how God works through you, or source, and on the things in our lives. Like you're powerful. Life is powerful, and it's crazy, like, but crazy beautiful. So I'm just sitting here thinking about how much joy has returned, and how pure it is, and how good it feels not to be crying and hyperventilating. I don't feel my best. I still got my bladder condition to deal with and other, things to deal with. But like, even those have been doing okay. And as far as inner joy goes, like, that feels lit, and I feel positive about what's going on in our lives, and that's beautiful. Like, shoot for it. Well, I'm gonna tell you, why would I tell anybody to give up, is what I feel like, or just to let the situation be what it is, when I could tell you to transform that situation. Because if I just let myself be sad after my daughter passed, like, what would my other children have gotten out of that? Like, even though it does have its own side to it, because my children have seen me go through a lot of phases, and especially my oldest child, he's gone through his own phases, and to see me, it's like, how? But then understanding that I love her as much, and like, is it really okay to be happy? And like, we have to be honest so that our children have that capacity within themselves. Like, they don't know how you're moving on, so I have to show him how. I mean, he knows I'm not forgetting her. I talk about her all the time, and more so just accepting that we still feel her all the time, and that's really hard for us here. And I hope that's not, that's my whole family though. I ain't trying to just call my son out, but we all still feel her, even some of her friends. And it's different, and it's difficult, and not breaking down because it's different, but you still feel her, and you still, have these moments. How do we deal with that, really? I, again, went through a lot of stages of giving myself a better scenario, where we all didn't get completely destroyed by this. How can I flip this for my children, not just for myself and my sadness that it brought me, but for my children, to really still have a mother who is joyful and not bitter, and for my family to see that don't let this hit you and like stake you to the ground. And that's just my kind of character, to try to make sure that, not just for me, because it hit a lot of people, a big family number, and that girl, the places she had been, they met her. So like I say, she was very, even though she was quiet and probably in my arms, in my lap, but if she got down, she like, hello. But she's a little adorable little thing too, so people try to come and talk to her if she's sitting with me, and if she's sitting with me, then she's not gonna talk to you. But if she get down, she's like, hey, she's not no little wild thing, but she like to have fun, and she might come crawl back under my chair. Anywho, I say that to say, like, look, I said all of that without breaking down hyperventilating. I'm still freaking smiling for y'all. Like that. That's lit, right? That's coming a long freaking way. Like yesterday was her birthday. And like it's been a freaking journey back to my real smile. And feeling positive about how I'm moving forward. It's been a one day at a time thing, one breath at a time thing. For real. But, it is worth it to find the ways to retrain my brain. It was worth it to keep pushing through positivity and love and not completely shut my heart down. It was worth it to actually take the time to do some art or do, the activities that I found, like writing with your left hand works with your amygdala, which, is good for repairing traumas. Excuse me. Trauma that you've been through. So breathing exercises, frequencies, things like that, dancing and singing have all helped me get back to me, listening to myself, oh my goodness, trusting yourself. That one. Working on the steps of that. I can't call one right now, but that was, a whole process for me, because it's one of my kids, and so you're trusted with your children. I feel like that came through you, and so for that to happen, the way that it happened, is like, it took everything in me to this day. Well, not to this day, but I say after it happened, I say a couple of years. It was really hard for me not to, have an opposite message on my lips than what's actually in my heart, because I'm a big fathers are important, mothers are important. That's just what it is. There are some times when the instability it's necessary to separate them for that reason, but that's not the normal reason why fathers are separated from their children. Now, had instability come up, okay, then she wouldn't have went over there. However, that, that's why we gotta be authentic, because I don't believe that fate had to be him being in prison, or, like that. Self-control and believing that you have it and using it, but everybody don't want to. However, our choices also lead us into our fate. What are you thinking about? What is on your mind? Because those things are building upon your foundation in your life, and it's leading you to something. It's most definitely leading to you. Is it leading you somewhere good? And my thoughts after my daughter passed, they was not. It's probably some of my most not me thoughts. I mean, it came from inside me. It was genuine. It was genuine, but I'm a peaceful person, and they wasn't peaceful thoughts. So that part. And so just to get myself out of that energy, because I was on fire. But still, for source. And I was like, I gotta shake this off. This is not right. I can't let somebody bring me down, and then I end up showing my family, my household, my children something they don't. It's not me, because I choose who I am. I'm not supposed to allow situations to turn me into something that I don't choose to become. And I don't choose to become an unpeaceful person. Like, and so I had to, work on that decision. And yes, it took time, because it's a lot of areas that caused work to be done in. And it's good though. Like, y'all feel great. I do. I'm proud of me. And she would be 13? Well, so anyway, stay in your highest mindset, because it's worth it. Like, you can repair the trauma that you've been through. Like, do the work. You gotta do the work. You gotta take that feeling that you have inside. It's probably small because it's being covered up by all the foolery that you've been through. And you gotta let it push the foolery out of you. Let that light shine, and keep telling yourself all the positive things. This is just some Abraham Hicks or some Lewis Howell. It's some positive speakers and some people that talk about retraining your brain out here and shifting that energy into something else. And I also do, so catch me too. But like, believe it, okay? Believe it, because you're not supposed to be stuck. Why is all of this happening to you? So you can find out that you are able to flip some things around. Yes, some things gonna happen, but you are able to do some things with some things when it happens. Because you're not meant to be sad. You're not meant to stay stuck. And you have to be dedicated to staying positive and doing the work. Because if you're headed towards positive, then you should be thinking positive to get there. And if you're headed towards abundance, you need to live like it. Don't be living like you the bottom of the barrel. Don't be calling yourself them negative things. Don't be like, how is that helpful to your higher level? Don't tell yourself that this pain is forever. Even though, like, whatever that fact is, because it might not be you lost someone, although energy can never be destroyed, y'all. It can only be transmuted. And so that took a lot of work too. So if you are going through loss, understand that that's why you might still feel them, hear them, and you should be able to work on accepting the transition, because they're not gone. And you can obtain so much more fluid information from them now, like they are the ether, yo. And if you tap into your stillness, then you tap into source. You can tap into your ancestors. Like, interconnectivity is what's gotta stop being fronted. And since we're all connected, people, plants, animals, and source, we gotta stop using that and stop being so defeated, because it's not written that you're defeated. You can feel it in yourself that you're not supposed to be defeated. So whatever that scenario is that you went through, you gotta give yourself a scenario for how it turns out for you that is positive, because you're writing the story. If you telling God, okay, I'm only accepting the small bits, oh Lord, I'm so humble. I only need just. And he's like, I got something bigger for you if you want to come this way. And you're like, oh well, this is just so terrible. And so you gotta catch yourself in those moments too, because you're probably called to something, because you can feel it. You can feel it if I'm talking to you. That's why. That's the next thing that came to my mind. And so hone in on that. Hone in on that, and not the hurt. It's that time where you get to do something with it, and you get to live in your joy because you can, because you're supposed to. And I think that's beautiful. I'm absolutely elated that I've done the work, and I hope that you take the tips that I shared and work on them and believe and set you a plan for how this turns out for you, and work on that, because you're not meant to be in no low places for too long. Maybe you're supposed to see it, but it ain't supposed to be your whole life. Not if you in your authenticity and you try and do well and be loving. Like, that's not for you. You know it's not for you. And so, Lord, universe, source, if I'm so amazing, then show me, and watch him. Allow it. Like, seriously, not, oh, why does this always happen to me? But if I'm this amazing being, show me my amazingness. Show me. I love y'all. Peace. And work on that joy. Use your real smile. Right, y'all? Know that it's possible. Believe that and keep on going for it. Don't accept no sadness. I don't want you to accept that sadness. It's not for you. Don't tell yourself no fooleries for you. Okay?